Well, now we have a full list of what Donald Trump is intending to do if he becomes president of the United States once again. Now, I'm not going to give you the full list, but the list I'm going to give you is just not only is it frightening and unconstitutional, it should send shivers up your spine. Of course, he's going to say he's going to dismantle the deep state, stripping tens of thousands of career employees of their civil protections. That way, they could be fired for he can totally obliterate the deep state. Of course, he will do that Schedule F crap he did just before he left office in 2020. Pretty much is saying that he could fire people for cause and whatnot. And given into his anger at the FBI, he wants the FBI destroyed and criminally prosecuted. We already know that. The U.S.-Mexico border. He's planning on stopping the invasion. How, you may ask? He's planning on ending illegal immigration. Good luck with that. As part of that, he's going to direct ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, to undertake a large domestic deportation operation in American history, targeting people who legally live in the United States. Let me repeat that. Legally live in the United States. He's planning on targeting them who harbor jihadist sympathies, and revoke their student visas of those who espouse anti-American and anti-Semitic views. So basically, if you say anything against the Jews, and if you say anything supporting any jihadist views, then you're out of the country. Now, as for the border, he's planning on redeploying American troops to the U.S.-Mexico border, and stage them as federal agents, including those in the DEA, the Drug Enforcement Agency, and the FBI, to help in enforcement and immigration enforcement. Of course, he's going to finish the beautiful wall, the big beautiful wall. He wants to even to give up the travel ban, and the Muslim travel ban that targets mostly Muslim countries, but not the Muslim countries he's in business with, just the ones that he's not in business with. Of course, the trade, he's going to completely hammer us on trade when it comes to raising taxes on everything we buy at the supermarket by 10%. You think inflation's bad now under Biden? Wait until you get Donald Trump back and things are even more expensive. When it comes to foreign policy, he's going to do everything he can to benefit Russia and China. He's going to pull the United States out of NATO, obviously because he wants money like some fucking mob boss. And he's going to try to destroy the group, saying that and not to mention saying that he says he's going to stand with Israel and destroy Hamas. Yeah, right. Considering the fact that we have statements on record saying that members of Hamas are brilliant. His words, Donald Trump's words, brilliant. Obviously, his fight against the LGBTQ to appease his Christian followers, saying that he'll ask Congress to pass a bill establishing there are only two genders, as determined by birth and recognized by the United States. Good luck with that. And obviously he's going to crack down on affirming care, saying that he's going to create amendments that will stop kids from being mutilated. I sense Mary Jean Taylor Greene in there. Mutilated. Gender mutilation, whatever the crap that means, and we still haven't gotten any kind of evidence of that. Of course, his energy policy. He's going to go back to drill, baby, drill, Sarah Palin. Not to mention the fact he wants to make more pollution, that the United States to produce more pollution in the United States. You think things are bad now? More and more pollution will make things 10 times worse for this country, for the world, actually. And as for education, he wants to destroy the Department of Education. Now, I kind of agree with him like that if it wasn't for the plan that he has. He's planning to push the federal government to give funding to prevent states and school districts that abolish teachers, tenures, and apted merit to pay reward good teachers to direct schools principal by parents. He said he's going to cut funding for any school that has a vaccine or mask policy in case another pandemic happens. Like, obviously, we know it's going to happen again. And under Donald Trump, God knows how many more kids will die. He says he's going to promote prayer back in public schools. Now, I don't have a problem with that if it wasn't for the fact that it's coming from a man who probably knows nothing about the Bible except how to hold it like Adolf freaking Hitler just minutes after he gassed people in Washington, D.C. Not to mention the fact that he's planning on pushing for quote-unquote patriotic education. Patriotic education. Where have I heard something like that before? Oh, that's right. Nazi Germany. The Walt Disney cartoon made back in the 1940s during the height of World War II. Ooh, Education for Death. I'll probably send a link to it somehow in this video, but you get the idea. This man wants to say that he wants to put patriotic education in schools. How about the fact that you don't want to tell people how the United States was really born? How about saying that the black man didn't do anything in this country? We didn't build this country. That's all he wants. Let's not fool each other on this. And here's the thing: to protect students, he says he's going to have support. He's going to support school districts that allow trained teachers to carry concealed weapons. He wants teachers to carry guns, and he wants veterans and retired police officers and other trained gun owners as armed school guards. That is a recipe for disaster. For public safety, he wants to send the National Guard into American cities like Chicago that are struggling with violence. Now, mind you, I am not delusional to say that there is violence in American cities, but sending military troops in to quell situations like this is a recipe for a nightmare. He says he's going to have the Justice Department granting conventional police measures like stop and frisk, which is just another nightmare that's going to happen, another situation like unarmed African Americans being murdered by police officers. He's also called for the death penalty for drug smugglers and those who are trafficking men and women, pledging the federal takeover of the nation's capital, calling Washington, his words, a dirty, crime-ridden death trap unbefitting the country. So that's just a short list of what Donald Trump is planning to do if he ever makes it back into power in 2024. That should scare all of you. Now, some of this stuff I may agree with if it wasn't coming from a man whose whole essence of trying to get back into power in 2024 is predicated on the fact that he wants to be a goddamn dictator. Right up there with Adolf Hitler and Benito Mussolini. Right up there with the scum of humanity. This man wants to rip the country apart, rip the Constitution apart, and the only people who are not... You guys have got to wake up to the fact that if Donald Trump ever returns as President of the United States, this country will die a very slow death. Maybe not all together, but slowly, a piece at a time. And the only people who can stop it are you and me at the ballot box. Now look, you may not like Joe Biden. There are things about the man I don't like, but I will vote for him. Though he may miss a few steps here or there, I'll vote for a man who may miss a few steps over a man who's made his intentions abundantly clear. That his intentions are to rip this country apart and make it and rebuild it in his own image of the dictatorships that Nazis in the 1940s would applaud. We are less than a year from the 2024 election that could possibly be the final election of the United States of America. Do not let Donald Trump be the last American president. Because if he gets back into office, this nation will die. CTP, know the truth. God bless. Peace to the left, justice to the right.